Good morning. I'm sure you've heard of the tyranny of the urgent, that which demands our attention for the moment and steals our plans. You remember watching the movie Mr. Holland's Opus? I forget the star's name, Richard Dreyfuss. And here he was, had all these plans in life, but he finally figured out at the end of his life, he said, life is what happens to you while you're making plans to do something else or making plans to fulfill your dreams. We don't want that to be our eulogy. That what happened to us in life was not what we wanted it to happen. And so we don't want to put off what God knows is necessary today to achieve what he wants to give you tomorrow. Matthew 21, verse 28. He said, the parable of the two sons. What do you think? A man had two sons. And he went to the first and said, Son, go and work in the vineyard today. And he answered, I will not. But afterward he changed his mind and went. And he went to the other son and said to the same. And he answered, I go, sir, but did not go. Which of the two did the will of the Father? Then they responded and said, the first. Jesus said to them, truly, I say to you, tax collectors and prostitutes will go into the kingdom of God before you. For John came to you in the way of righteousness, you did not believe him. And the tax collectors and the prostitutes believed him. And even when you saw it, you did not afterwards change your mind and believe him. Now, God was telling them they had an opportunity to do something right then. Two boys. His dad said, I want you to go to work. The other one said, I'm not going to go, Dad. But afterward he repented, changed his mind, and he went. The other one said, oh, I'll go. But he didn't go. I'm sure he thought in his mind, I'll go, but not right now. I want to go out and play a little while. I want to go out and do this. I want to go check on this. I want to go talk to my friends. You know, that's what we do on a bigger level. God, I'm going to get this schedule that you want me to have. I'm going to read a certain amount of the Bible every day. I'm actually going to start going to church, and I'm going to start praying, and I'm really going to pray for that boss of mine that I know is lost. I'm really going to work on my attitude. But something happens. I said, well, God understands. And something else happens. Well, God understands. And pretty soon you end up one day and the opportunities are gone. And you say, how did that happen? Well, it's like Mr. Holland's Opus. We didn't make radical changes when we had the opportunity based on our immediate response to the truth. Truth always demands immediate change. It doesn't demand that we say, oh, that sounds great. I'm going to do that when I get around to it. I think I really like that, but let me go do this first. That's exactly what these boys were doing, or what the one boy was doing. And so in life, we need to gear ourselves and train ourselves not to do that. How do we do that? We do that by taking that one verse that God's giving to us today, and we apply it. We apply it today, and we don't put it off until tomorrow. And we say, okay, God, I am going to make that phone call. I know it means I'm going to have to put this off, but you told me to do this, and it's more important. So I'm going to do it. And you make that phone call. You ask forgiveness for what you did. You say, I know I hurt you with something, and I've been putting this off for actually months because I just didn't want to acknowledge it. But I want to tell you today that I'm sorry. Will you forgive me? And all of a sudden you get free. And then you wonder, why didn't I do that 3 months ago? Why didn't I call that person? Why didn't I go to this person? Why didn't I pray for this person? Because now they've responded and they've changed and all these things happened, but I was too busy with what I thought was more important than obedience. You remember what he said to Saul? He said, what is this? He said, yeah, I sacrificed. I did what you said. I killed everybody and all this kind of thing. He said, no. I told you to take care of the sheep and everything. He said, what is this bleating of the sheep I hear? Bah! I hear all this in the background. He said, well, I spared the best of everything. Yeah, that's partial obedience, which is complete disobedience. If God tells you to do it, respond. He has your best and mind in mind. God bless you.